Morning. How's it going? Are these clean or dirty is the question. These look clean. Yay! What up, what up? Pretty good. Today is going to be spring/summer cleaning, whatever for us. So we have a busy day ahead. Busy, busy, busy. Busy, busy, busy. Anybody doing anything interesting this weekend? Where's everybody, do we think? Where do we think they all are? We are missing some vital key friends. Where art thou, vital key friends? Morning. Going to your cousin's grad party? What age is said cousin graduating from? Didn't get a notification, just came looking. Oh, we just got on. Lucky. Hey Liz, what up, what up? Good morning, good morning. When to get the milk? Just gave my dog a bath. Needless to say, he's not. Oh, so you're in the doghouse, literally, right? I mean, like, that's what happens. Morning, Addie. Long time no see on Book Club. How are you? How's it going? Oh, my favorite sound in the AM. Yes, it is. That is the most legit statement ever. Favorite sound in the AM. Graduating high school. Wow. Yes. If we don't hear the Nespresso in the morning, we get a big sad. Big sad. It's true. It's Saturday. Today we are doing a lot of things. Orders are going to the post office. Hey Jen, in the morning. And then after the post office, we are cleaning and reorganizing our storage closet to fit more glue so that I could pre-buy glue because it's so hard to find now. And then I will make some more videos of Roll for Slimes and customs and whatnots. And I will do some writing. And that's pretty much the whole day here. I don't know about you guys. Our Pride Slime is going to be pre-ordered. Yes, absolutely. There's no other way, unfortunately, for me to know how many people want which one. You know, it's too hard for I don't try to prescribe who is what, who identifies with what thing. It's just, it's not for me to decide, I guess you could say. But it's also, people change a lot. He has the Zoom. That's cute. What kind of dog do you have, Alexa? I don't think I know. Pre-orders for those will probably go up beginning to middle of next week. I know that's not the beginning of Pride season, but you'll get them before. Golden Retrievers are the best. You'll get them before the end of the month, which is still Pride technically. So, I don't know. It's the best we can do. I should have thought of it sooner. I didn't think of it sooner. Should have. Didn't. I also need to order more Bingsu beads. I ordered more sand to have a variety of sand colors. Friday's all year long. True. But like I wanted it to be, you know, like a celebration thing. He's pretty adorable, just Harry. I mean, you know, they are, but they're pretty sweet. I cannot wait for the boyfriend when I get my flag up today. Yay! Yeah, that one was really easy for me to come up with. Like, that was the first thing that popped into my mind. And then the others I've kind of like designed from there. I did a prototype for trans. It didn't land for me. Oh, German Shepherds are humongous, Maya. Humongous. It didn't land for me. That's not to say that I won't keep working on it, but it felt like the white got lost in the middle, and I want to make sure that the lines are sharp. Yeah, they are. I knew someone who had two, Maya. They are very energetic. You are correct. You are correct. Humongous dog barks really loud. Oh my gosh. I don't mind humongous dogs, but a lot of barking is hard for me mentally. Ew, that's terrible, Jen. I'm so sorry. Yeah, put it up out of reach. I know, right, Maya? She's two, a boy and a girl. Speaking of sand, would coarse sand stay in putty? Maybe a little bit? We could try. We could test it. I have 2 Shetleys and 1 Slim. Oh no, what happened? Oh, you played too hard yesterday. Yes, it's book time. If somebody reminds me, not today, I gave you an idea for a custom, but if it doesn't work, I'll check it out. I think you guys probably saw I'm having issues with the Patreon message. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys. Hello. I hit 800 on my book account last night. A bit against the mailman. That's funny. So on Monday morning, maybe we're going to try doing book club over there. What do you guys think? I wanted to make sure I didn't do it without warning you guys, but that would be kind of fun, right? Maybe we could try it, and maybe the downloads from the Tickety Talks will not be as much of a problem as the ones have been over here. And then I'm not going to switch over right now. I'm just going to wait, and then we'll switch on Monday. But what I wanted to ask you guys is, when this is over, can you guys do me a favor and check the 2 YouTube videos? I know, she's so cute, right? The 2 YouTube videos that I put up for book club yesterday, they look like they're working on my end, but I want to make sure they're working on your end before I upload the rest of them, because I was really struggling. It was doing this weird thing where it was showing me uploading, and then it would only upload 5 minutes of the video. And I was like, why are you doing that? And Naisa told me about one of them. You guys don't have to look now. You can look whenever. You know, it's not a rush or anything, but it's just like, I don't understand what the issue is, you know? Got 5 Patreon messages from you yesterday. Yeah, we post on Patreon a lot, Roxy. We post a lot. Also, our new pot for this plant is supposed to arrive today. So Grace will be repotting this, both of these today. This one here is going to move. Wait, no, that one's staying in that pot. This little guy here is moving into this pot, and this one is moving into a bigger pot. It's supposed to arrive. The videos on YouTube look like they're in their entirety. Yes! All right, Addie, see you later. Oh, let us know how that goes. She's huge, Claire. She's huge. Okay, great. I'm so glad those videos are working. That means that I can upload the rest of them. I was struggling because I kept having to upload them and delete them and upload them and delete them and upload them and delete them. And I was like, you are a struggle. I'm excited to get my grab bag next month. I think you should get one right away, Roxy. I usually mail them out right away. As soon as someone joins, I usually mail them pretty immediately within a day. So look out for that in the mail. You shouldn't have to wait. I mean, I guess it will technically be in June that you get it, but I mailed it in May because you got charged in May. My grab bag this month was amazing. Which one did you get, Claire? Remind me what you got this month. I gave all different people all sorts of stuff. Check the videos. Day 9 was a little wonky in the beginning, but they're all loaded up to start. Okay, good. Yeah, when I saw the 5-minute video, I was like, never been 5 minutes. What is this? Yeah, seriously, right? I was like, why is it doing that? Of course it's not 5. Like, why? I don't know. It's a pain in the buttocks. This is how much we have left of this book. Not much, you guys. We'll be done soon with this. Oh, Forbidden Skittles, please. That slime is so good. We need to remake it. 5-minute speed run, right? I already talk fast. You can't have me talking any faster. Let's test it, shall we? I'm gonna read the prologue. I'm gonna read the prologue at like extended speed really quick. Let's just test it. I'll read the first page. Magic was outlawed in all 4 kingdoms and was putting it lightly. Legally, magic was the worst thing criminal act anyone could commit, and socially there was nothing considered more despicable. In most areas, just being associated with a convict, witch, or a warlock was effectively punished by death. In the Northern Kingdom, perpetrators and their families were put trial and promptly burned at the stake. In the Eastern Kingdom, and little evidence was needed to sentence anyone accused, and loved ones would hang at the stake. Can I use contact solution in any of my clears? Yes, but be careful, because I have heard from some people that some contact solutions melt slime. My brain doesn't work that way. Neither does mine. We're not going to do that. Don't worry. That's why I didn't read the chapter for today. We're not going to do that. That was evil. It was funny though. It was funny though. So yeah, no. Can you make slime right now? I cannot. My glue has not arrived yet. I cannot. What activator do I use? I can't tell you what activator you use. I can tell you what activator I use. I use borax. Okay, it's slimes that I have a hard time using because they keep melting in my warm hands. So what I would do, Justin Versage, thank you, bye. Alexa, I would make an extra strength activator and dip your clear slimes in the extra strength activator. Hey, Gigi, and then go like this to the slime inside that extra strength activator to make them firmer. Just do that for a couple of seconds and that will firm them up for you, but use like a double strength activator. So where we normally use like a teaspoon of borax, use 1.5 or 2 and dip it in it and massage the slime in the activator for just like 10 seconds and then try that and see how that works. Of course you can use contact solution. I just can't say which ones are good. If you know there's one that you know a Slimer uses, like I use Kirkland, so if you have the Kirkland one, that one works. You know, I just can't say for sure which ones work because I haven't done that test yet. I only use borax activator. What textures of slime do you make? I make all different textures depending on my mood. All right, let's get readical. We are on, excuse me, I sprinkle some borax and it's like activator lottery, too strong, too weak, who knows? Grace, I haven't measured my activator in so many years, it's hilarious. I did the one with the half cup of boiling water to make a double strength activator. Yeah, why not, right? Why not, Gigi? It works. I use it for a lot of things. You have to do that for water slime, you have to do that for putty, in different orders, of course, because putty and water slime are like basically the opposite of one another. But both of them use extra strength activator. It's all about the feeling. It's like adding spices to your sauce. It's all by taste. Don't eat it. Okay, so we are on chapter 14. And in case you were not here yesterday, Lucy tried to run away from the school. And yes, we probably will have a slime live later today as long as my glue arrives on time. Yeah, I agree, Gigi. I totally agree. Lucy tried to run away from the school. Bristol went after her and they were caught by their teacher on her way back from the Northern Kingdom fight with whoever, we don't know yet. We don't know who the bad guy is in this book, and I'm scared. Because if it's someone that Madame Weatherberry is scared of, we should all be worried. Because she's powerful AF. Who's more powerful? I guess no one. I guess she defeats her. Well, we don't know. Anyway. Teacher is being sus. You're right, Jen. Teacher is being sus. This chapter is just called Anger. Let me just clarify for you for a second how different that is. Do you want to know what the last couple chapters were called? The chapter before this was called The Watcher in the Woods. The chapter before that was called The Unwanted. The chapter before that was called Magiclexia, The Magician's Daughter. I mean, they're all like really longer titles. Gives me heart palpitation just thinking about it. Yeah, seriously. This is just called Anger. That's it. Just Anger. Let's begin. Bristol barely slept after her and Lucy's night in the in-between. Not only was she heartbroken about breaking Madame Weatherberry's trust, but every time she closed her eyes, she thought she saw the faces of the witch hunters who had tried to kill them. Bristol had nightmares all night about dodging the men's crossbows. Every 20 minutes or so, she woke up in a panic and had to remind herself that she was out of the forest and safe in her bed in the academy.
Although terrifying, the encounter wasn't a complete surprise. Bristol knew the world was filled with people who despised magic and who wanted to harm members of the magical community, but until last night, she had never seen the hatred with her own eyes. It was her first exposure to a very ugly side of humanity, and now that she had witnessed it, Bristol would never think of humankind in the same way again. The morning after her restless night, there was a knock at Bristol's bedroom door, and Tangerina poked her head inside. "Bristol," she said, "Madame Weatherbury wants to see you in her office." Facing another wave of the fairy's extreme disappointment was the last thing that Bristol wanted to do, but she climbed down the floating staircase to her teacher's office anyway. When she arrived, Madame Weatherbury's wooden door was opened a crack, and she could see her teacher standing beside her glass desk, gazing through the window at the sparkling ocean. Bristol took a deep breath and braced herself for whatever was about to happen and lightly tapped on the door. "Madame Weatherbury?" she asked. "Tangerina said you wanted to see me?" As soon as the fairy turned around, Bristol could tell she was in a much better mood than she was the night before. She could see that Madame Weatherbury's journey had taken an obvious toll on her. There were bags under her eyes, and her hair was still gray at the temples, and the gloves still covered both of her arms. But the teacher's cheerful spirits had returned. "Hello, dear," she said. "Please come in and have a seat." Bristol stepped into the office and closed the wooden doors behind her and sat down across from Madame Weatherbury's desk. "I owe you a very big apology," the fairy said. "I was completely and utterly exhausted when I arrived last night and overreacted when I saw you and Lucy outside of the academy. Tangerina spoke to me this morning and said the ordeal was actually her fault. She said Lucy tried to run away after they exchanged some hurtful comments, and then you went into the forest to find Lucy. What you did was brave and selfless, and you didn't deserve such a harsh scolding. I hope you can forgive me." Bristol sighed with relief and sank into her chair. "Well, you have no idea how glad I am to hear that," she said. "Of course I forgive you, Madame Weatherbury. I imagine the last couple of days have been really grueling for you. It must have been very difficult, like visiting your sick friend. How is she doing anyway?" Bristol purposely brought up the topic in hopes of learning more about the northern conflict. Now that Madame Weatherbury had returned, Bristol wondered if her teacher and the witches had succeeded in bringing the conflict to an end. Unfortunately, Madame Weatherbury only elaborated on her original story. "She's not well, I'm afraid," Madame Weatherbury said, "but she's a fighter." "What's her name?" Bristol asked. Madame Weatherbury went quiet, and Bristol assumed she needed time to make up a name for her fake friend. "It's Queenie," the fairy said. "We've known each other our entire lives. She's battling a terrible disease that grows stronger every day, and it won't be long until it consumes her. Although it doesn't excuse my behavior, I hope that explains why I was so distressed last night. It's very hard watching someone you love in so much pain." Even though Bristol knew the real reason that Madame Weatherbury had left the academy, the fairy was very convincing as she spoke about her sick friend. Bristol questioned if there was more honesty to her teacher's words than she realized. Perhaps Queenie was the woman that Madame Weatherbury was afraid to face in the northern conflict. Maybe it was the same person. Perhaps the disease her friend was battling was the conflict itself. Thank you, Claire. I forgot you're new to Madame Weatherbury's voice. Yes, that's Madame Weatherbury. Her voice literally popped into my head out of nowhere. All right, bye, Jem. We'll see you later. During the prologue. I don't know. It's just who we got for her. Bristol searched for the truth in her teacher's eyes, and she noticed a dark mark peeking out from under her new glove. "Is that a bruise on your arm?" Bristol asked. "Did something hurt you?" Madame Weatherbury glanced at her right arm and quickly pulled the glove over the exposed injury. "Oh, that's nothing." The fairy deflected the question. "Just a little mark I received while caring for Queenie. The poor thing hates being mothered and doesn't know her own strength. I didn't want anyone to worry, so I covered it with a glove, but that's enough about all of that." Bristol could tell that Madame Weatherbury was eager to change the subject, so she didn't inquire any further into the matter. "Hey, Becca." "Now, moving on," the fairy said. "The main reason I called you here was to see how you're feeling. I wanted to speak with you and Lucy individually to assure you both that regardless of what lurks in the in-between, you're still safe within the perimeters of this academy. Still, I'm sure last night's events were traumatic for you." Yeah, it was a brutal dose of reality, Bristol said. I've always known that the world hated people like us, but I never thought that someone would actually want to hurt me. It all feels so personal now. Everyone thinks they're immune to discrimination until it happens to them, Madame Weatherbury said. It only takes one tragic event to change your perspective forever. Bristol nodded. Yeah, last night, those men spoke to us like we were objects without feelings or souls. We pleaded for our lives and told them that they were making a mistake, but they didn't even flinch. And although we did nothing wrong, they acted like we, well, I don't even know how to say it. Like you deserve to be punished simply for existing, Madame Weatherbury said. Hey, Tiff. Yeah, exactly, Bristol said. Thank God that knight showed up when he did, otherwise we would have been killed. His name is Horrence, Madame Weatherbury said, and believe me, my gratitude to him knows no bounds. He rescued me from countless perilous episodes. Who is he? Bristol asked. Is he even human? No, not anymore, Madame Weatherbury said. Many years ago, Horace was the commander in the Northern Kingdom's army. Along his travels, Horrence had the misfortune of falling in love with a witch. The witch used to own a great deal of land in this area, including the grounds that our academy was built on. Naturally, such a relationship was forbidden, so for over a decade, Horace and the witch carried on a secret affair. When Horace's soldiers discovered the relationship, the men betrayed their commander. They burned Horace at the stake and forced the witch to watch it happen. That's terrible, Bristol said. As you can imagine, the witch was devastated, Madame Weatherbury continued. To ease her broken heart, the witch conjured one of the darkest spells in witchcraft to bring Horace back to life. However, there are certain spells that are so ghastly that they should never be performed, and the witch died in the process. Horrence returned to life as a dark and unnatural being, a shell of the man he once was. Now he's doomed to roam the witch's property for eternity, and he spends his time saving others from suffering an untimely demise like his own. The story, tragic story, made Bristol so angry that her eyes welled. They just wanted to be together, she said. Why did humankind have to tear them apart? I'll never understand why the world hates a community that just wants to be loved and accepted. I'll never understand why people are so cruel to us. It's not about the prey, it's about the hunt, Madame Weatherbury said. Humankind has always needed something to hate and fear to unite them. After all, if they had nothing to conquer and triumph over, then they have nothing to fuel their sense of superiority. And some men would destroy the world for 1 ounce of self-worth. But that doesn't mean that humanity is all a lost cause. As I told Emeralda in the coal mine, this academy could produce examples that inspire humankind to change their hateful ways. Bristol shook her head and stared at her teacher in disbelief. I don't get it, she said. After everything you've been through, how do you manage to be so optimistic? Why aren't you angry all the time? Madame Weatherbury went quiet as she thought about Bristol's question, and then a confident smile grew on her face. Because we're the lucky ones, she said. To fight for love and acceptance is to know love and acceptance. And anyone who actively tries to steal these qualities from others is admitting that they've never known love at all. The people who want to hate and hurt us are so deprived of compassion, they believe the only way to fill the voids in their hearts is to create voids in the hearts of others. So I render them powerless by refusing to accept their voids. Bristol let out a deep sigh and hopelessly looked to the floor. It's a nice philosophy, she said. It just seems easier said than done. Madame Weatherbury reached across her desk and squeezed Bristol's hand. We must pity the people who choose to hate, Bristol. Their lives will never be as meaningful as lives filled with love. Tension between Lucy and Tangerina were at a record high. The girls spent all morning exchanging dirty looks without saying a word to one another, as if they were playing a vindictive game of catch. Their childish feud carried on into the early afternoon, and it frustrated everyone to no end. Finally, Bristol decided enough was enough and devised a plan to end the dispute. After lunch, she invited all her classmates to her bedroom. Is this an intervention? Emeralda asked. Sort of, Bristol said. I've asked you all here so that we can settle things between Lucy and Tangerina once and for all. Yeah, good luck, Skylene said. You're more likely to settle things between a squid and a whale. Okay. As everyone knows, Lucy's been struggling with her magic, she said. Due to the strange and peculiar ways that her abilities manifest, there's a possibility that Lucy's a witch. Because of this, Lucy has lost all self-confidence, and Tangerina has gone out of her way to make Lucy feel like she doesn't belong at our academy. It appears there will be no peace for anyone until we have an answer. So, what are we going to do to prove that Lucy's either a fairy or a witch right now? Everyone went stiff and nervously glanced at Lucy. How are we going to prove that? Xanthos asked. The same way I discovered my own magical abilities, Bristol said. We're going to have Lucy recite an incantation for witchcraft and an incantation for magic and see which one that her powers respond to. Bristol searched her bookshelves and retrieved the copy of Madame Weatherbury's The Truth About Magic. She opened the book to the page, excuse me. She opened the book to the page with the first incantation and handed it to Lucy, but her friend did not accept it. Lucy looked down at the text and gulped in fear, like it contained the result of a very serious medical examination. Yeah, I don't think I should do this, she said. Maybe not knowing is a better option. Lucy, you're gonna find out eventually, Bristol said. The sooner we know, the sooner that we can plan for it. Now, read the text aloud so the rest of us can go on with our lives. Lucy is not only a great name, she's a great character, so you should be proud to share a name with her, Cheese, because she becomes one of our favorite characters in the history of literature when she grows up, so she's phenomenal. Enjoy that. With shaky hands, Lucy took the book from Bristol and set it on the floor and knelt beside it. She paused for a couple of seconds to build up courage and then let out a deep breath and reluctantly recited the ancient incantation for witchcraft. All her classmates stepped closer and hovered over her while she read. And just in case anyone hasn't been with us through the whole thing, Lucy's last name is Goose. So I'll just let you figure that out for yourself. Her name is Lucy Goose, and she's got an accent. Alkaun, Alaun, Alkahane, Mean, Telemoon, Talamoon, Alkate, Akamaname. As soon as she finished, Lucy covered her eyes with both hands in anticipation of something dreadful occurring. The others were also convinced the incantation would work, and they anxiously looked around the room, but nothing happened. They waited for 5 whole minutes, but Bristol's bedroom remained exactly the same. Ah, it must be terrible if you're all this quiet, Lucy exclaimed. Did all of Bristol's books turn into killer crabs? Did Skylene turn into steam? Did Xanthos turn inside out? Did Emeralda disappear? Did Tangerine multiply? Just tell me already. Lucy, everything's fine, Bristol said. Nothing happened. Lucy didn't believe her. She peeked through her fingers for herself, and she was shocked to find that nothing foul or grotesque had taken place. This can't be right, she said. Are you sure this incantation works? Maybe there's a typo. Read the next one to be sure, Bristol said. Lucy turned the book to the next page, and she read the ancient incantation for magic. Alisoon, Elkanoon, Akale, Anima, Delmoon, Dalmoon, Akatele, Akanomenon. When nothing happened for a second time, Bristol could feel her classmates starting to doubt the incantations and the truth about magic. However, after a few moments, everyone looked around the bedroom in amazement. Slowly but surely, thousands of weeds started to grow out of Bristol's bookshelves and then quickly spread across the ceiling and floor. Holy plot twist, Lucy said to herself. I'm a frickin' fairy? Everyone was floored by the discovery, but no one was more astonished than Lucy herself. She kept rubbing her eyes to make sure they weren't playing tricks on her, but the weeds didn't disappear. Bristol beamed at her friend with a proud smile. Well, congratulations, Lucy and Tangerina. You're both wrong, Bristol said. Now we have confirmation that we're all on the same team. Do the two of you have anything that you'd like to say to one another? To everyone's surprise, Tangerina swallowed her pride and approached Lucy to make amends. Lucy, although the evidence pointed to you being a witch, I'm sorry for making you feel like one, she said. I hope you forgive me, and I'll try my best to make you feel welcomed at the academy. That was very nice, Tangerina, Bristol said. Lucy, is there something you'd like to say to Tangerina? Yeah, sure is, Lucy said. For someone with so much honey, you sure do spread a lot of vinegar. Lucy! And, Lucy continued, I'm sorry for all the hurtful yet witty things I said to you. From now on, I'll treat you like a member of my family. All my insults will be meant with love. Tangerina shrugged. I guess that works for me, she said. The girls shook hands and everyone felt the tension lift between them. You see, this is how it should be, Bristol told the room. As Lucy and I were reminded last night, there are enough people in this world who hate us and want to harm us. We shouldn't be fighting with each other, too. Before we leave, I want the 6 of us to make a pact. Let's promise to always encourage, support, and protect one another, no matter who or what tries to tear us apart. According to the smile on her classmates' faces, Bristol could tell there were no objections to her idea, only enthusiasm for it. Lucy reached into her jumpsuit and pulled out a pocket knife, and she started cutting the palm of her hand with a small blade in it. The sight of her blood made the others scream, "Oh my God, Lucy!" Tangerina yelled. "What the heck are you doing?" "What?" Lucy asked innocently. "We're not making a blood pact?" A verbal pact would be good enough for me," Bristol said. "Oh, sorry," Lucy said. "I misinterpreted that one. Back to you, Bristol." Lucy put her pocket knife away and wiped the blood on her pants. "So we're all in agreement?" Bristol asked. "We promise to look out for one another, to help one another succeed, and to inspire one another along the way?" She put her hand in the center of their group, and one by one her classmates placed their hands on top of hers. "I promise," Esmeralda said. "Me too," Xanthos said. "Yeah, me three," Skylene said. "Yeah, I promise too," Tangerina said. "So do I," Lucy said. "What? Where did that voice come from? Did Lucy just become British? I'm sorry, you guys." "Great," Bristol said. "Now, everyone help me get rid of all these weeds." That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Who was that voice? I don't know. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know where that came from. Sometimes it's hard, you guys. I have to tell you, switching between voices so many times in one reading is like, it's not as easy as it seems. You know what I mean? Like you have to, it's hard to do it that fast back and forth. Like usually I need to give my brain like a second to switch. And when it's dialogue that fast without me in between, it's easier when it's like, "Oh my God," Lucy said. And then Bristol is right after. Yeah, it was a short chapter. I was reading I was flipping through the next one to see if it was short enough that we could read 2, but it's kind of long and I have a pretty busy day. Thank you, Sloth. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, I got you. It was just funny. Oh yeah, no, luckily it was just one. You know what I mean? Always from when she closes the book. I know, it's so sad, right? Should we see how many chapters we have total? Short but sweet. I agree. We're on chapter 15, and this book contains, I believe, 22 chapters. So we have a little bit more to go. I haven't read the main series. I'm going to have to watch the old videos. Yeah, you know what, Jen? You know what a lot of people do? And obviously everyone's different, so this may not work for you, but a lot of people I know use the old videos of the Land of Stories. Oh my gosh, me too, Gigi. It's literally my favorite thing ever. A lot of people use the old Land of Stories videos as like body doubles or kind of like an audiobook because we did read the whole series and it's all in one playlist. So you can kind of just click on it and it'll just go straight through. Well, I thought we were going to try to have a sleepover, right, Naisa? Weren't we going to try to have like a marathon book club where we all like pick one day and we just like do a thing? We're going to do it sometime over the summer, like a summer sleepover thing or whatever, you know? So we just have to pick a day. It's hard right now because like you all know I'm eloping this month, so that's a little bit of like stuff I have to work on. And then people are going away for the 4th of July. And then me too, Avery. Literally, I was so scared. You could never listen to regular audiobooks now. Why? Because of the voices. Some people are really good though. Some audiobook readers are really good. Yeah, we'll do it on a weekend day, so people like Claire who have schedules that don't allow for them to come during the weekdays, we'll do like a Friday night to Saturday or something, you know. It'll be cute, whatever, we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do it like late July, early August when it's too hot outside, no one wants to go outside, and we'll all just sit around and read together. We'll figure it out. Thank you, same to you, Cheese, same to you. Although the books in the playlist for Land of Stories are not in order, just FYI, unless, oh, they're not in order? The books are not in order, really? I didn't know that. Okay, I'll go in and, you know what, maybe I should try to split them. Hey, Kyler, how are you? And how's the baby? Maybe I should try to split the Land of Stories into to one playlist for every book. Maybe that would make it easier. I had them all in one thinking that they were in order, but if they're not, I'll split them up. Oh, they're scrambled and shuffled. Well, that's not good. I don't like that. Wait, say that again, Ray? Hold on. Let me, somebody got in the way of Ray's comment. You know, after the playback speed combo, I'm realizing I never wish I could change your voice cadence, and I love it. Oh, well, I speak faster than most people. I think you're about halfway through. That's amazing. Are you telling people what flavor baby it is? You don't have to say if you don't want to say, but if you know what flavor it is and you want to share, we'd love to hear. I speak pretty quickly naturally. I think my natural speaking voice is probably like audible 1.75 naturally, if I had to guess, which is why I can't listen to anything below 1.75. I just like conk out. Yeah, I think I'll try to do that, Naisa. I'll do that later today. If somebody would send me a message to remind me to do that, obviously I can't write myself a note because you guys are in my notepad right now. I can tell you guys we're keeping the name more of a secret. Oh, okay, yeah. No, I would never ask you to tell anything that you don't want to say publicly, but whatever you feel comfortable telling. But Flavor is a boy. Ah, yay! So sweet, so sweet. We have a lot of boy moms in our group, lots and lots. Yeah, I'll try to sort that out later today. I'll just like move them into their own playlists. I guess that's the easiest way to do it. I didn't realize they were out of order because I uploaded them in order, so I just assumed they went. That's so weird, Naisa. I didn't know that. Or maybe I'll just let Shira in there. You can call it, I know your name's Lucy, but it's funnier to say cheese, right? Maybe I'll just let Shira in there and have her do it because she does a lot of admin work for me and she can just bill me for that time. Maybe I'll just give her the password and let her do it. All right, I will see you all later. Today is spring/summer cleaning for our house. So we're gonna totally overhaul our whole house, replant our pots, reorganize the storage. We got a lot to do today. I will see you all later. If I finish all the cleaning in time and the slime glue arrives, we will have a slime live this evening. It's all dependent upon whether the glue arrives or not though. I did order it, I promise. It was supposed to be here yesterday, got delayed. Bye guys.